It's time for another edition of Let's Play WWE 2017. And it's SmackDown Live. As you can see, this is very similar to one of the shows that they did in real life, but I switched out Rusev for Baron Corbin. I don't remember who Randy Orton's partner was, but I don't remember who Randy Orton's partner was, but either way, I know the team was Rusev and Jinder, and not Jinder and Baron. But either way, we are 2 weeks away from Battleground live on pay-per-view. And let the build continue. As one feud is finally starting to take shape, and I think you can know which feud that is as my mouse cursor is over that segment. Because for the first time, the New Day and the Usos will go face to face in the ring. And also, as you can see, a vignette promoting the return of an injured superstar also takes place tonight. So without further ado, let's jump into this week's episode of SmackDown Live. And we kick it off on the pre-show with Carmella going up against Alicia. Alicia's a local talent that I brought in for the show to work with Carmella, because I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe Carmella has not worked yet. In this season, so that's why I put her in the pre-show match, because yes, there is a number one contendership match tonight for I don't know why I'm so lost for words. To see who will face Naomi at Battleground. It's a fatal four-way tonight, and I thought it would be redundant to put Miss Money in the Bank in the number one contender match, because considering she has the Money in the Bank briefcase. So that's why she's in the pre-show match and not on the show. But either way, we move forward to Aiden English as the Drama King gets tryout number 2, and he makes me happy by getting a solid rating in his promo and also doing very solid without a script. So maybe next week you'll see the Drama King on SmackDown Live. And then, of course, Aiden English goes up against Bill Daly in the second pre-show match tonight, and Aiden gets the victory in a match that, see, his mic skills make me want to put him on the actual show. His in-ring skills make me want to keep him on the pre-show or put him on main event. It's like I can't win. Honestly, I was kind of expecting a little bit more from this segment. I thought that this segment would get a little bit better, but I guess because of certain people in this segment, it didn't get as good as it should have. And that those people are namely Baron Corbin and Jinder Mahal. And look, I'm not trying to hinder Jinder. I'm not. No way am I trying to hinder Jinder. But the fact that Jinder Mahal, isn't that good in the ring and isn't that good on the microphone makes it very difficult for me to want to maintain him being WWE champion. So I don't really know what the next step could be with Jinder, but I don't know that I could actually let him keep the belt as long as he did in real life. But also the fact that, I really, like, it's like somebody said in response to Jinder being champion. If you're not gonna have Brock be there that often, then you have to have a marquee guy holding the other world title. Otherwise, are either of them really world titles? I mean, yes, I understand that Jinder that not everyone who wins their first world title could be a marquee person right out of the gate. But the booking building up to Jinder's win, wasn't that good. And yes, spontaneousness is what made the Attitude Era, but the Attitude Era was also marked by a ton of people who were on the brink of, breaking through because of booking. You know? Jinder, he wasn't booked like a main eventer, he was booked barely as a mid-carder. You know, and I'm not saying Jinder doesn't have what it takes to be a transitional champion or a world champion in general. He does. He absolutely does. But he shouldn't have been world champion now, because he's not a capable person to carry the company at this point, because he's not a marquee name. And I think that's one of the problems with this segment, that you have two superstars, or as Tony Chimel would say, superstars, but also the idea that the two non-wrestling authority figures are bigger stars than the guy holding the world title. That's the problem. So I don't know when Jinder will lose it, but I can tell you that it will likely be very soon. For those who don't know about this, last week, Primo and Shinsuke locked horns, and, well, Epico attacked Shinsuke. Actually, Epico and Primo attacked Shinsuke, which is academic to lead to this match between Shinsuke and Epico. Will this lead to another title match or another match next week? Honestly, I think this feud ends tonight, because I don't know that I could get another week out of it. And basically this was just designed to have a way to get Shinsuke on television. That's it. It was just designed as a way to get Shinsuke on TV. And now that Shinsuke has been on TV, now that Shinsuke's been getting Shinsuke on TV and giving him a bridge feud allows me more time to develop something more in depth and more better. I know more better. What a great way to put it. A better way, or a better feud rather, to come up with for Shinsuke. Now we move to the women, as the Fatal 4-Way is set with Natalya, Charlotte, Becky, and Tamina. And Carmella just comes out to make sure everybody's aware that Carmella has what everybody else wants, and that's the ability to cash in. Oh shit. I wanted to do the face turn for Charlotte. That Carmella has the ability to cash in anytime she wants and win. Not for a shot, and win the WWE Women's title. But now we move, as I mentioned earlier, to the tag team division and the New Day and the Usos, as the Usos try and call out the New Day. Because the Usos have heard what the New Day has had to say online. And this basically has led to some... Well, the Usos say, oh, so the New Day can talk about us behind our back, but can't do it to our face because their boy Kofi is on the shelf. And they're not at full strength. You people boo us. You should be booing the cowards. I mean, the New Day. Because the New Day can't come face to face with the fact that we are the measuring stick on this show. That we are the tag team division on SmackDown Live, and we've proven it since we won the belts from American Alpha. From American Alpha. And fact of the matter is, we'll prove it again and again. And this brings out Xavier, Big E, and Kofi making their SmackDown Live debut. And they... Well, from the New Day's part, I would say I would give them bullet points. From the Usos part, I still have to hear more from them to know if I can give them bullet points too, which I think the feud with the New Day would be the perfect time to give them bullet points. But for this, I'm just going to give the New Day bullet points, and by that I mean I would give them the segment and just give them a few bullet points to say, one of which would be, we hear you're calling somebody cowards. Who? It can't be your boys, the New Day, because we're standing right here. and then I would let the New Day and the Usos spark the interest as best they can in this feud, and get this feud off on the right foot to help gain some stability and some interest in the SmackDown Tag Team division. Look who's here! I know. Austin Aries walked away about, give or take, 2 months after WrestleMania. So, give or take late May, early June. But, when I came in, Austin, for whatever reason, was in NXT. And still under WWE contract. So I thought, I'm not the real WWE. What says I can't sit down with Austin, talk to him, and try and get him back on our side, and let him remain an asset to the WWE. Because if you saw the WWE's mid-card on SmackDown, not the upper mid-card and not the lower mid-card, the mid-card in general, you would see what sorry shape the depth of that division, of that segment of the roster is in, and that's the reason why I chose to keep Austin Aries rather than letting him go back to free agency. And that's where Austin Aries comes back and issues an open challenge, but also tells a story about how he ended up on SmackDown Live, and gives the credit to SmackDown Live general manager, or commissioner, or whatever the fuck Daniel Bryan is, to Daniel Bryan, as Daniel tapped into his one of his old friendships with Austin from their days in Ring of Honor, to try and get Austin to move from Raw over to SmackDown Live and remain with WWE, and Austin Aries accepted the offer because Daniel made him an offer that was too sweet to resist. So now we move to Austin Aries' first match on the SmackDown Live brand, and of course, he wins. That wasn't supposed to happen, but now it's intriguing, because now maybe something has been set up, and maybe I did it all along. Maybe, just maybe, this was my plan all along, to make you think Austin Aries would come back and get his win. And get a win. And go undefeated and do what everybody else does, and not lose right out of the gate. Surprise! And no, I'm not just saying that to cover for the fact that I thought Austin Aries would win, or maybe I am, but it's funny how random shit has a way of working itself out, and not doing how you expected it to. You know, but this is a good thing. Sin Cara winning is a good thing. Eric Rowan beat Jason Jordan. No wonder why Jason Jordan and Chad Gable should still be a tag team. That's right. Rusev is training to make his return back to the WWE and back to SmackDown Live. And Rusev also shines a light on when he could be back on the SmackDown Live brand. But he says he expects the red carpet to be rolled out for Rusev when he comes back, because he will give SmackDown Live what they've been waiting for. And of course we move forward, and it is Natalya versus Charlotte versus Becky versus Tamina, the match I referenced earlier, for the number one contendership to face Naomi at Battleground. And Naomi is facing Natalya for the SmackDown Live Women's title at Battleground. And since I didn't do it earlier, I'm going to do it now. I wanted to change Charlotte to a babyface earlier, and since I didn't do it before, I did it now. Now Charlotte joins Becky Lynch as the top two babyfaces in the women's division. Well, actually, Naomi's a babyface too. Sorry, I forgot. But either way, Natalya's the one facing Naomi at Battleground. And now we move to the Fashion Files, where Breeze and Dongo are looking for clues to find out who attacked them and stole Fandango's horse 2 weeks ago on SmackDown, and they question the Hype Bros. And the Hype Bros, specifically Zack Ryder, look at them like they don't, like they're nut jobs, because, well, they're investigating this stolen horse. And not a real horse, a fake horse. So Ryder looks at them like they're crazy, and Breeze just looks at him and says, "You don't have to be jealous, man. Just because we're cops. And you just stay hyped." I'm trying. Give me a break, I'm trying. I know it's not as funny as it is in real life, but I'm trying. So now we move forward to a match that I'm gonna take a second to reason out. First of all, if you don't know why Maria would interfere, it's because Dolph went to Mike Kanellis last week. And basically gave him a little, dare I say, a little bit of an opt-out clause. Because he's trying to, basically he said he doesn't want the fans to turn on Bennett. He doesn't want Bennett to become forgotten like he's become forgotten. And Maria took offense to that because Mike, well, just debuted maybe a month and a half ago. So Maria took offense to Dolph insinuating that Mike could become like him. And that's why Maria interferes in this match, because she wanted to give back to Dolph for insulting her and her husband, that Mike can't carry himself, that Mike isn't talented enough to remain in the conversation in the WWE. And that's why, well, I picked somebody that I would want to put over Dolph Ziggler, and Luke Harper I thought would be the perfect person to put over Dolph Ziggler, because I love Luke Harper and think he could be a very good asset to the upper card, specifically in the main event. Because he is an extremely underrated talent. And if you don't believe me, just look up Brody Lee, which was Luke Harper before he went to the WWE, and see how talented he is in the ring for a guy his size. And then you question why the WWE doesn't use him better. Yes, now with the Bludgeon Brothers, he could do what he does best and work in a tag team with Eric Rowan, but I find Luke as more of an asset as a singles wrestler than in a tag team. And that's why I put him over a main eventer in Dolph, because I want to make Luke where Dolph is. I want to get Luke to where Dolph is. Speaking of Maria, Maria tells Dolph that Dolph may have had Mike's best interest at heart, and he may have wanted to protect Mike Bennett last week by telling him what he told him. But the thing is, and she looks him right in the eyes and says, Dolph, Mike will never become as irrelevant as you. There's a reason why these people don't chant your name anymore. It's because they would prefer you go away. Because you don't get the hint, Dolph. When management stopped paying attention to you, the people stopped paying attention to you. Your tired catchphrases, your outdated look. Dolph, these people stopped caring about you a long time ago. Mike is still fresh. You're stale. Basically, I would have Maria say what people all around have been thinking, that Dolph needs to go away for a bit. And Dolph's pissed off, visibly frustrated about what Maria just said. No, Maria's not in the ring for it. She's not. But the question does get prompted, what happens next with Dolph Ziggler after what we just heard from, as Maria basically tore him a new one, shades of Stephanie McMahon. I am avoiding talking about this match because I thought that Cena and Randy would be able to make this match better. A lot better than I thought it could be. But unfortunately, that doesn't seem like the case. And that doesn't seem like, it doesn't seem like they could. I honestly don't know what to say. Because I expected more from this match and I'm a little disappointed. Yes, I'm disappointed in Baron Corbin. Yes, I'm disappointed in Jinder Mahal. And yes, I know that for Jinder to get more popular, better in the ring, he has to get more popular and win matches like this. But there is no way I could have let Baron and Jinder win this match against Cena and Randy, because, I mean, look at Baron Corbin, for example. Baron Corbin's a 48 in-ring performance. I mean, yes, to be fair, I'd probably rank Baron high 50s, low 60s in the ring right now, because Baron's not that good. And maybe in a brawl-based no disqualification match, maybe he can get up to a high 60, low 70. And his promos, not that good either. But Jinder, I mean, I know Jinder's high 70s, low 80s in popularity. He should be at least in the 70s in in-ring performance. So I'm a little disappointed. But, I mean, I'm really trying to figure out how to fix this season. Because, you know, you'll see in a second as Randy and Cena celebrate as the show goes off the air, but as you'll see in a second, the show lost its 23 in popularity. It lost its popularity in 23 regions. I'm really trying to fix this season. I'm really trying to figure out how to make this where I'm not losing popularity anymore and I'm gaining popularity, but it's tough to figure out. especially on this brand, because it feels like outside of Randy and Cena, and maybe Dolph, the only people that can carry a good promo are Daniel and Shane. And that's the problem, because if I'm going to depend on Daniel and Shane to cut good promos, well, Kevin Owens and AJ Styles too, which Kevin and AJ weren't on the show, which it could be another reason why the show ended up the way it did. But either way, maybe I would have gotten a 70 with AJ and Kevin on the show. Like, I mean, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand what is going on. Like, I don't understand how to fix SmackDown yet. I mean, yes, I'm only 3 weeks into it. That's true. And as I always say, Rome wasn't built in a day. But I'm drawing a blank of how to fix SmackDown right now. I really am drawing a blank. I may try and go in a completely different direction from what the WWE went in, and really basically switch everything up. And not, like, basically make SmackDown, my WWE, totally different from what WWE actually is in real life. But either way, if you have any ideas of how I can fix WWE, let me know down in the comment section below, because, I mean, maybe this booking is an indication of why WWE has been struggling in recent months. Or back during this time. Because I just realized we're in November in real life and I'm in July in game. So, back in the day. You know, but either way, let me know in the comment section below, because as always, feedback is more than welcomed and appreciated. But if you don't want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ding down that notification bell to always know when a new video has been posted on Wrestling Express. Till next time, later.